So you want to play control, but those filthy blue-white decks just feel gross to you. No, 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 no. You want to smash face as hard as humanly possible while also controlling what's happening on your opponent's side of the board. Well, I've got the deck for you. Today we are going to be playing a deck called Landbigo. So the plan is simple. We're going to use Liquimetal Coating. We're going to turn their lands into artifacts, and you might be thinking, Gurky, you're just helping them out. Why would you turn their lands into artifacts? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to destroy those target artifacts. And the best part about this is Ancient Grudge actually acts as 2 forms of removal. Once it goes to the graveyard, we can flash back at instant speed. We also have Abrade in the deck, as well as Return to Nature. Now, there are different variations on this build. However, to get us across the finish line, I feel like Elder Gargaroth is one of the better alternatives for endgame. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the cards like Abrade, we're going to use Ancient Grudge, we're going to remove their lands initially, then we might remove their creatures, or maybe we'll flip-flop that, we'll remove their creatures, then remove their lands down the line. And we can use Stone Rain as well to do that sort of thing. And then we're going to slam down the Elder Gargaroth. Now, Elder Gargaroth is great because when it's attacking or when it's blocking, we can gain that life. So if we're playing against aggro, we have that little bit of extra breathing room. And that has helped in the past. However, sometimes they just run you down real quick and there's nothing really you can do except for, oh well, we're going to start another game. But here's the kicker, is Elder Gargaroth can be copied by the final chapter in Fae of the Mirror Breaker. We can make another creature, non-legendary creature. We'll give it haste. We'll make a copy of it. It gets sacrificed at the end of turn. But what we'll do is we'll copy Elder Gargaroth. It'll attack in, and we'll either make a 3/3, we'll gain 3 life, or we'll draw a card, and then it'll go away at the end of the turn. Now, there are different variations for putting Elder Gargaroth in. There is a card, I can't remember its name, it's up on the screen here. This used to be the replacement for Elder Gargaroth. And it costs the same amount of mana, but the thing is, Elder Gargaroth, we can make a 3/3 beast, which essentially does the same thing as this. We're not gaining the 5 life, we're gaining 3 life instead, but we have that versatility with drawing a card as well, which sometimes this deck needs. I'm not gonna lie, you'll get crammed on card draw typically, which is why I have Cathartic Pyre here. Just so that we can get that extra card draw if need be, but we also have the damage to the creatures and the planeswalkers as well. So along with Fae of the Mirror Breaker's 3rd chapter where it transforms, we also have Seasoned Pyromancer to draw us additional cards. We can also copy it, and we can net some more card draw in the end. So once we get really low on card draw, we will switch over to the drawing strategy rather than like swinging in with a bunch of damage, making 3/3s, all of that shenanigans. So I totally forgot about the centerpiece of the deck, which is Karn the Great Creator. Along with Liquimetal Coating, turning our lands, our opponent's lands into artifacts, Karn's +1 ability will then turn that non-artifact creature, or that non-creature artifact, into a creature artifact, whereas its power and toughness is equal to its CMC. Land CMC is 0, so it'll immediately turn into a 0/0 and then die. It's great. Your opponents are going to hate it. On top of that, any activated abilities of our opponent's artifacts cannot be activated whatsoever. So this also includes lands. So even if you can't plus Karn, you'll see me do this strategy. I will wait until their upkeep step, and then I'll turn one of their lands into an artifact so they can't actually use the mana abilities, because mana producing abilities are still abilities, and Karn shuts those off for artifacts. So you might also be asking yourself, what are we running in the sideboard? Well, let me duck out of the way here. I've just got the best cards right now for the metagame. We got Grafdigger's Cage, so that people aren't casting spells from the graveyard. They also can't cast them off the top of their library, so that's really good for combo decks that rely on casting spells off the top of their library. We have Shadowspear to attach it to our Elder Gargaroth. It's a big boy, and when he attacks, we gain life anyways, so this can really get us out of range of our opponent's like burn spells, very, very fast. So this is a very, very effective card to attach to Elder Gargaroth or even Seasoned Pyromancer if we just need that little bit of extra. But also we have the ability on Shadowspear, which removes hexproof from our opponent's stuff. I thought it also, yes, it also removes indestructible if I read carefully enough. Remember, reading the card explains the card. But we can get rid of hexproof. We can get rid of indestructible. So if we really do need to remove a creature that has indestructible, we can do that with Shadowspear. So it's really nice for that. Golden Egg is just another one of those draw spells that we have. We call them cantrips. If you're new to Magic, it's called a cantrip. But also we are able to gain life off of this. We can also animate with Karn. We can animate this as a blocker and then gain life. So there's a lot of like nuance to just having Golden Egg in here. However, I also just didn't have a better card to put in the slot. So if you find a better card than Golden Egg, by all means add it. Liquimetal Coating. This is in case we don't draw our initial Liquimetal Coatings from our deck. So we have the fourth one in our sideboard here. I've played around with adding 2 before, but it just becomes a little too inconsistent. We've got the Bankbuster here. This just allows us to draw additional cards. Like I said, we've had problems with drawing cards, and sometimes we don't want to use One Ring. I know it's crazy. One Ring is an insane card, but sometimes we don't want to draw cards off of One Ring just because we're at a low enough life total that we're going to die if we do this. So usually what I do is I play One Ring as protection against everything, and then hopefully I'm able to just destroy whatever's in my way, and then I can just make a path forward. That's kind of how I've been using One Ring. Skysovereign is another good one because we can target planeswalkers. We can also animate it with Karn, so we don't even really need that crew ability. We just make a 5/5 flyer by targeting it with Karn. Usually the play pattern goes, I get this into my hand, and then the next turn I untap, I play Skysovereign, I blow up a thing, and then I can animate Skysovereign if I need an additional blocker. So that's the sideboard. Feel free to add any of your own cards into that sideboard that you think are just fun to play with or just better than my list. Let me know in the comments below as well if you have a better card for my sideboard. So as always, we want to look at the person's portrait for the first game and see what are they going to be playing. They have Nicol Bolas as their avatar, so I'm guessing they're going to be playing some sort of control deck. I don't know if they're definitely going to be playing Grixis control, but I think that they're playing some sort of control deck. We might be playing against white blue here. We don't have any way to capitalize off of Liquimetal Coating except for Karn, but this is very slow. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that point, so I'd like a little faster hand. This is an interesting hand for sure. We have the 2 Stone Rains. I think I will keep this, and we'll pitch the Ancient Grudge just because we don't have a way to capitalize it on it right now. We are going first, so hopefully we can stop this guy's shenanigans before he gets it started. So Mountain Forest... Plains is what that goes for. Okay. Okay. They're on Eldrazi. Okay. This is troubling for sure. For sure. Now, Fable of the Mirror Breaker would normally be good, but I just want to get them behind as quickly as possible. And it's not fun, but we are playing control, so we want to blow up any possibilities for them to win as soon as possible. Now, here's an interesting play. I think we are going to let's see. Yeah, this is a very, very precarious situation. They've got enough damage on board to really start making a problem for me. We're gonna blow up their land. So I was thinking about this line of slamming Karn down, going for the sideboard, grabbing the 1 copy that I need. But We're gonna do it this turn because now they're lower on mana, and even though our life total is going down, our life total is a resource, and we want to use it as best as possible. Now they're forced to attack here and split their damage. Okay, they're probably gonna exile here. That would make the most sense. Now they can start playing. They play a Worn Power Stone. Okay. Yep, they gotta split their damage here, which is good for us.
I will be better prepared next time.
Now, I do want to blow up this Worn Power Stone because I think they're on 4, 5, 6 mana. Wait, not 6 mana. They're on 5 mana now. I don't want to take too much damage here. So this is the difficult line that I need to play here. I do need to blow up this just to reduce the amount of damage incoming, but they're going to be able to play a creature here for sure. Wow, okay, so they have another It That Heralds the End. Yeah, that definitely would have been death for me. That would have been 6 damage coming in at my face. Okay. Let's get rid of this artifact. We're gonna do a little tricksy move here. And we're just gonna pass the turn. They can definitely see that I have the Ancient Grudge in hand. But I'm gonna just respond to whatever they play here. So let's see. Colorless spell 7 or greater. Okay, got it. That is a big boy. Big boy. Okay, if they swing with both of them, this is a 2-for-1 here. We haven't gotten to blockers yet, but we're able to get the 2-for-1 here. 2-for-1 special. Now, even though that was good, Fate of the Mirror Breaker is going to make me discard a card here. This isn't good at all. We just get another land. Okay, we are in a very dangerous spot here. But we do have another trick with Den of the Bugbear here. So if he just decides to swing in without buffing it somehow, this is good for us. Man, they just keep getting lands. This is the scary part. They are still very, very much in this. If they just keep swinging at me, they are going to be able to get across the finish line. All right. I didn't need that either. What I really need is I need the draw that I was looking for. However, they might hold this back just to see what they get. Yeah, we're in a really bad spot here. We're gonna let them attack in because we do have Den of the Bugbear for next turn. Oh, this turn. All right. I think we can probably play the Rootbound Crag here. Let's see. Oh, this blows up an artifact. I just realized. Let's see. Den of the Bugbear takes 4 to activate, and then we have 2. So what we'll do is we're gonna blow up their most important land here, which is tapping for double. What is this? Oh gosh. Okay. Well, yeah. They want to return it, but I think timing. Oh shoot! No. Yeah, the timing is better for them. So I think they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5. This requires 7. Okay. Yeah, we're just not getting what we need. They hit all of the land drops that they needed, and we're not getting what we need at the moment. Oh, okay. Well, that just bodes really well for me, doesn't it? Ooh, actually, I should have probably sent it here. Now that I think about it. Yeah, this game is basically over for me. The writing is all but on the wall. And I just keep drawing lands. This is great. Normally I would leave this game, but I'm playing it out for you guys. Playing it out for you. He's definitely gonna cast this guy though. Bower of Destiny. That has 2 permanents. This definitely paves the way for him. However, there is a slight glimmer of hope. If he attacks with, he doesn't attack with anything. Oh my gosh, dude. Can I get a break? Come on. This guy's playing super cautious now too. He's like, I don't know what he's got in his hand. I've got nothing, buddy. Go for it. Just win. Just win the game. These have evolved because of this? Yeah, your tokens have evolved. Please, swing. Go ahead, take a swing. Go ahead. There was no way I was getting out of that one. Damn. That was a bad game. That was so bad. All right. We've got all of our removal, but we don't have any way to capitalize on it. It's possible that he's just on artifacts, and if he is, then this feels great. But having 4 lands and then just the removal in hand, I don't think that's gonna cut it. So, go with this. This is an excellent hand, actually. The Rootbound Crags one of them can get sent back. Yeah, one of them can get sent back. This is definitely a feels bad if we don't get a 3rd untap land. Because we really want, with this hand, to go for the Stone Rain. Like, turn 1 Stone Rain, or turn 2 Stone Rain, rather, feels fantastic. We'll go with this. Although we take the damage, we can do this on the, what do you call it? We can do this on the red side, the red pathway, the Cragcrown Pathway. Yeah, we definitely want to remove his lands here. Now this deals some damage, but this is just on red, so we'll remove the blue source. We don't want him to have too many of one kind. Like if he just plays, I mean, if he plays that, then we feel super bad because we could have blown up his lane to begin with. So, we are gonna have to take damage here. This is a very precarious situation. We will grab the Liquimetal Coating. This is gonna start blowing up his creatures because even though his lands are important to blow up, and this is a creature land. Wow, he has 2 creature lands. This is just gonna grow out of control very quickly. And now he can just afford to go face as well.
Thank you for the lesson.
So, but we do have the 2nd Karn as backup. So once we clear a path, we can do Karn and start blowing up each of his lands consistently. And that's also gonna force damage towards Karn as well instead of towards our face. So, I think we're in a good position here, but we did have to take the 2 from Stomping Ground in order to play the Karn because Rootbound Crag was going to come into play tapped anyways. So, all right, got the 2nd Liquimetal Coating. This is fantastic for our game plan. Bada bing, bada boom, and he's dead. Reckless Spire would be great here. He just plays that and then attacks in. That is excellent. Most excellent. Oh, do you main deck? Okay, I was like, do you main deck some sort of removal for my Liquimetal Coating? That would be absolutely crazy if that was the case. Okay. We just can't allow this to stay on the board. We're gonna do Karn, and we're gonna do a little bit of a tricky play here. We're gonna plus him just to make him a little bit more sticky. That way he has to use like 2 pieces of removal on it, or he has to like start attacking in with his lands. So if he doesn't have a way to interact with Karn here, this is really, really good for us. But he could have creature plus the Reckless Charge, which would be really bad because we have no backup here, but we really need to advance our game plan if we're going to survive this game of Magic the Gathering. You have 2 cards in play. You have 2 cards in hand. You got 4 lands. What are you gonna do? We're gonna destroy an artifact. Got it. Okay. We have the backup, which is good for us. We will target a land that he already controls. Uptick it and blow it up. Blow it up. Get it out of here. So now if he animates this one, we can just take it out with an Abrade. Looks like he's gonna do that. And this is also good because it denies the scry effect off of whenever it attacks. So very interesting card. I like having this card in this deck, but yeah. Oh, we're just going face. That's how it is. Okay, okay. It's like, screw you. You got me. Yeah. Yep, I am targeting it. Now there is something to like targeting one of these lands and then like getting a tricky Abrade kill off of it. But this works just as well. He is very close to killing me. That is for sure. So this is gonna be one of those instances where you're gonna want to grab, well, Elder Gargaroth is great. You're gonna want to grab something out of the Karn sideboard for this situation. So the golden egg would be good. We can do golden egg plus crack it. That gives us 3 life. Really, 1 spell can't kill us off of that. We could also go for the 1 ring. The 1 ring is more of a temporary situation. However, I like the ability to just not be targeted. And then we will follow it up by blowing up a land. So we are immune until next turn. We'll blow up one of these lands. Yep. So we can't grab anything from the Karn sideboard here. We're going to attempt to blow up one of the lands. If he has any sort of damage, we are in a very bad position.
Some solutions must be built.
We will play the Elder Gargaroth, and we will start gaining life as quickly as possible. Yeah, I think he only has the ability to do like 2 damage to us, so this is perfectly fine for us to do it like this. Oopsies. Oh shoot, I turned Karn into an artifact. Oh no! Oh no, Karn's an artifact now! I didn't mean to do that. I meant to target his land. Oh, what a blunder. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Wait, did I like do something weird? I heard a little tick. Okay, so apparently that's what happens when Karn is an artifact. He just looks like that. We are going to do our backup plan, which is equip to Elder Gargaroth and just gain as much life as possible, like I said we were gonna do. Just gonna gain a ton of life here. Good game, good game. I think the opponent sees the writing on the wall. Still has a lot in hand. here, go here. We're just gonna seal the coffin for this guy. Boom, boom. Finish it off. Do Den of the Bugbear. They really don't have a way to react at this point. So we will gain a couple life. Smack in for a lot of damage. Bada bing, bada boom, they are at 2 HP. So this is the thing that usually happens against opponents is they'll just rope you because they feel bad that they lost. Which, whatever, you're free to do whatever you want. And play your land, play your last pathetic card, Yugi. Even if they did have a way to remove our creatures, we still have Den of the Bugbear as our lethal out. We can also animate a Liquimetal Coating or a One Ring to give us that last little bit, like across the finish line. Was our opponent this entire time trying to find lethal for himself? All right, we're just going to do a little BM play here. Boom. Do it all. Press all the buttons. Press all of them. Draw all of the cards. Do it all. And there's that. We controlled the board successfully. We got razor thin margins here. But it is possible to beat these aggro decks with red-green control. Okay. So the thing about this hand is I could fake elves and then they can maybe like remove the Llanowar Elves and then that makes way for like an Elder Gargaroth. We also can just ramp to Elder Gargaroth here, which I don't think is a bad call either. This deck is slightly versatile. Although the like destroying the lands is the primary strategy, so that makes me want to go for that. Like I said, I can probably ramp out Elder Gargaroth on 3, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm going for a greedy hand here. Our opponent is mulliganing twice. We could just see a concede here. I think there might be a concede right here, right now. Unless they get absolutely what they need. No. They didn't get absolutely what they need. I see. So you're on that combo grind. So we are going to bring this out and then we're going to just destroy it. What they're attempting to do is play out a massive dragon. So everything about this, the dragon sleeves, the dragon avatar, it makes sense. Yeah. They've got what they need in hand, but they don't have the combo piece I just destroyed. It's a very niche deck. So the idea would be to play this, pump it all the way to 6 power, and then throw a dragon onto the battlefield. But unfortunately, I blew it up, and the next thing that was coming down was Elder Gargaroth, which can block pretty much any dragon. They're probably just getting one dragon on the field, and then promptly losing the game. So, sometimes you just run into those off-meta decks that you can just remove their creature, and that's it. So, that worked out for us. Not going for our main strategies sometimes just pays off. This is an absolutely disgusting hand. These come into play tapped. This hurts me, and then this only hits for one type of color. I don't like this a lot. We do have the Seasoned Pyromancer. We can just flush our hand and try for a different one. This guy, we check. He's got Luris. So I think it's better if I just go for the removal. Okay. We sort of get rewarded here. We'll send a Seasoned Pyromancer back. You can do the Liquimetal Coating with the Ancient Grudge, and then we've got Karn down the line here. As long as he doesn't vomit out a ton of cards here, I think we're fine. Even if he does play some artifacts here, we can just straight blow them up, which is good. Okay. This is going to be one of those times where we go for removing the creatures rather than removing the lands. It's going to be a lot more of a stable game plan because he is going to be able to pump out a lot of creatures and deal a lot of damage really quickly, just based off of this. However, this is kind of a slow start for them. Unless they have a payoff card right here, right now, I might go for the lands. Okay, so that is definitely something we need to deal with right here, right now. He should have probably done this in the other order. Because the Soul Guide gives him 1 energy. And that's some good value, good value there. We'll just keep doing our land strategy here. Playing the Ancient Grudge here allows us to follow up with Ancient Grudge on their turn if they play an artifact. It's entirely possible that they do that.
Right beside me, brother.
Okay. A lot of life gain going on here. A lot of life gain. We got the Ajani on the field. I think we might have to do Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh gosh. This is what I'm talking about. They just vomit cards onto the field like it's nobody's business. Yeah, and they've got all of the mana to work with. Got another Liquimetal Coating here. We've got to get rid of the Ajani here, because if it flips into a Planeswalker, then we've got an even bigger problem. The Ocelot is also a problem, but we just can't deal with it at this moment. This is one of the reasons why the new set kind of like screwed up the metagame, is like now you've got to play a dedicated board wipe in order to have a shot against some of these decks. Yeah, because they've just got a ton of life here, and we have no real interaction. We're gonna do Seasoned Pyromancer here to get us some blockers. Yep, gaining the life. Even though Karn's good, we need to produce those blockers right here, right now. Otherwise, we are just dead on board, most likely. This allows us to block a lot of creatures. They're not going to swing with Soul Wardens. They'll probably swing in with the cats. Oh my gosh, they got Goblin Bombardment. Yeah, this kind of seals the coffin for us, because now we've got to blow up the Goblin Bombardment. Yeah, I think we're just toast here. Okay. I don't know why you do this, because I block here and then you have to sacrifice it. Oh no, they can just sacrifice in response and then the Ocelot is saved. Right? No. Oh, it's got first strike. I'm a dingus. I'm like, why would they swing in? It's gonna make 2 because they got the City's Blessing. Yeah, this game is like pretty much just like game over at this point. All but written in stone. Yeah, they've got enough. They've got plenty. Oopsies. Not enchantment. However, we could blow up the Goblin Bombardment. However, they're probably just gonna send it all face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. And then the Goblin Bombardment like just seals the deal. They're kind of playing with us at this point, so I'm just gonna concede now. Save us some time and we'll get another game in. All right, okay. So this is an excellent hand. We've got the Llanowar Elves and then the turn 2 Stone Rain, as well as some backup artifact removal, as well as creature removal. So we're gonna keep this hand. And we are gonna shock this in. We don't really care about damage at the moment. Even though it looks like they're playing elves, they're probably gonna be too slow on the elf. Okay, so this is an interesting dilemma. Normally, I would just Stone Rain this, but the Priest of Titania is actually giving them more value. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the Priest of Titania first. There was another line there where I could just run my elf into it, but I'd rather be up on mana with them. Okay, so we did get the Liquimetal Coating as well. The Circle Druid only taps for 1, so we can sneak in a cheeky little kill on the land here, because it basically 1-for-1s, right? Yeah, it's creatures you control. Now they could play a land into Collected Company here, and then we feel really bad. It's not the first time, or it's not the last time. Whatever. It's it's happened to me often, is what I'm trying to say. So we need to get this down, but we also need to deal with this Elvish Llanowar. It's a little bit of a tricky situation because we've got mana coming here, we've got creatures coming here, and we've got card draw coming here. We really want to cramp them on the card draw. This also takes the most power off the board, so we're going to do that. Just start things off. This is the problem with the elf decks, is they're very, very consistent. There's another creature for them. Now their Circle of Dreams Druid is going to be tapping for a ton more. And they got the Wirewood Symbiote here. Is that a Collective Company in their hand? Nope, that is getting their win condition there. We're just going to get overrun next turn. So we have to get something really good here in order to survive. Yeah, his Crater Hoof's just in their hand now. Gonna try and bounce something back to your hand here? You can do this at any point. Oh, that wait, that untaps a creature too? Okay, well, that's just game. I didn't realize it untapped a creature as well. Okay, that makes sense why it's like in their deck now. Yeah, elf decks are just super consistent. It's really annoying to play against them. If you don't have a board wipe, you just lose the game most of the time. So it feels bad, feels terrible. I can't believe I lost this game. And then we just move on. Okay, so we got the Liquimetal Coating with the Abrade. This is an excellent start. And we're going first too. This is really good. This person looks like they could be playing control, and this is probably gonna get countered, but... Oh, okay, so they are on just mill, which is kind of good for us as well. We don't have a Kroxa, unfortunately, but yeah, it looks like they're playing a straight mill strategy. If I get a land here, this is fantastic. We're gonna target their land. See if they react to this somehow. Okay, they don't. Let's go through. Let's go through this step. Okay, so they lose the blue mana, and now we can react with we'll probably just blow this up, and just so that we remove more creatures, we'll get their creature off here too. They're on the back foot as far as mana goes. Thoughtseize. Ooh, yeah, this is bad. They're gonna get rid of that Return to Nature. Although we do have the Seasoned Pyromancer as backup. They got rid of the Karn, actually. Okay, interesting move. Okay, we're gonna just leave this up here for now. We don't have 8 in our graveyard yet. But it only draws them a singular card. So we're just going to keep going on this game plan of trying to remove their sources of mana. Seems like he has some sort of reaction in hand. Getting the removal out on these isn't a problem because we do have Seasoned Pyromancer and the Fae of the Mirror Breaker as backup. So we just hope that they don't have removal, and then we're just out of a game. Looks like they have another answer to this, but they're not going to use it. Are they going to wait until the... Yeah, it seems like they're waiting. Okay. We'll go this, that. Got more. We'd like to go to combat. I think they have another Drown in the Lock in their hands. Okay. Less likely that they have a response to all of this. They would like to block here. Okay. Do you have another one? Okay. Steps and phases have changed. This is good for us. Do you have... Okay, so they can sacrifice that. That is part of their... the abilities that they can use. They can sacrifice this because I have 8 cards in my graveyard. Still have 3 cards in hand. This is very, very spooky for me. Okay, Fatal Push on that is good for us. That means they only have 1 more response in hand. Okay. We keep milling for 1, which is fine. However, we do need to find some answers.
I will defend my allies.
Okay. Karn is going to force us, or not Karn, but Luris is going to force us to take a turn off here. They can play cards from the graveyard here. Okay, so they only have the Thieves Guild Enforcer. He's not gonna do it. Okay, cool. Cool. We could... Yeah, actually, I think we'll just do this. We need to get rid of it. We need to get rid of it now. He has a structured settlement, and we need cash now. Wait, why am I having trouble casting that? That was weird. Anyways. I guess I could have done the other option, which was minus in Karn. But we're just going to keep plussing Karn, keep him out of range of anything fishy. And then we'll go back to the game plan of just blowing up each of their lands one by one. Yeah. Let's go ahead and keep it on. Draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Okay. You got it, man. You got it.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
We will start swanging in here. I don't think there's anything to fear. Because we can do Seasoned Pyromancer at instant speed, and then we can also do the Cathartic Pyre. Both of those are instant speed. Okay, so he's gonna make me sacrifice that. That is not good, but no big deal. No big deal at all. Gonna swang in for one. Go ahead, take a swang. Make him a mill a card. It's okay, I don't need lands anyways. Didn't want them. Let's get some more attackers out here. Go ahead, take a swing. Ooh, okay. I like this. I like this. Cathartic Pyre we'll just keep in our hand because we can cast it at instant speed. We will swang in all this damage here. We are getting them dangerously close. They've only had this 1-1. This has been a very slow game. Go ahead, take a swing. No! There goes a Karn. There goes a Karn into the ether. I'm going to just pitch the land. Great. I think, yeah, should be pretty close to lethal here. Okay. Our blocker. Shouldn't have a another backup here. Okay. Kablooey. Kind of have to block here if you want to survive. Yep. Trades it down. Got 4 HP in a dream. But blowing up the opponent's lands during this game was a critical part of winning. Because if we didn't whittle down their lands one by one, well, okay, there goes the Karn. That's fine. At this point, surgical extraction doesn't really hurt us too much. It's not in our hand. Didn't really need them. But yeah, if we didn't blow up the Castle Locthwain earlier on, he would have just drawn so many more cards, and we would have been, you know, out of a job essentially. Yep. Go ahead and flip that. We are gonna swang in here for lethal. And then in response, he's gonna sack it. Yep. Draws an additional card. This might be enough for him to, we're past the blocker step, but okay, he's gonna blow up one. Okay. I was gonna say we're very close to beating him. If he just gets a land here, it's game. Doesn't seem like he got a land. Seems like he got something better than a land. However, we will just go to combat. Our opponent wants to do something. Plays a creature. Just gonna draw 2 cards. You could still get a blocker off of this. However, it's not gonna be enough. Good game. Oh, that was such a close game. We just keep going up and down. Plat 4, plat 3, plat 4, plat 3. So final thoughts on this deck. I really do enjoy just blowing up people's lands, especially if I'm playing against white-blue. It's the best because their job is to control the board, but we're controlling the board by blowing up their lands. Because if people don't have lands, they just can't play the game of Magic. And it's really disgusting. So really, I wouldn't do many tweaking of cards in this list, just because I generally think that it's got the right ratio of like these cards, you know, get you ahead of your opponent by interrupting their land plays. And then it has like the payoffs with Karn and Elder Gargaroth. And then Seasoned Pyromancer just helps you churn through those things. So if there's anything that you really need to change about this deck, it would maybe be putting in a sweeper. Anger of the Gods is an awesome red way to just sweep the board, and usually it takes care of all of your threats. It takes care of ocelots. It takes care of the tokens that the ocelots create. And then it also gets rid of those early game like 1/1s that will gain your opponent a ton of life. I'm specifically talking about white here, but as we saw in one of the games, there was a lot of rogues that were in that 3 damage or that 3 toughness sector. So Anger of the Gods will just sweep them all off the board. And on top of that, it exiles them so you don't have to deal with them again. The only other thing that I would adjust is probably the Karn sideboard, just depending on what meta you're running into at this point in time. But yeah, that's the deck. Have fun blowing up your opponent's lands, and remember to Karn responsibly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.